Do you just love being outdoors, but you just can't stand sleeping in it, whether it's uncomfortable or cold? Join me today. I'm going to share a few tips with you on how to sleep comfortably while camping in a tent. All right, like I mentioned, when you're family camping, having a tent, I think is just so crucial to having a good night's rest. One, it's going to provide you shelter. So if it's ever raining like it did on us last night, we had me and my 3 boys in here. Totally rained on us most of the night, but we stayed dry. Huh, Levi? Nice. We stayed dry, kept the bugs out, so it's nice to keep those insects out so they're not bothering you. Because when you have the little kids always complaining about mosquitoes, just bugs all over you, that makes for a miserable camp out. So having a tent for that shelter really helps. Also, a tent will help cut down on the convection process. So as it's windy and whatnot and the wind hits your skin, it pulls the heat away from you so you get cold. So that tent is going to help with that, so it doesn't cause you to get cold. The other area that is very helpful is having a really nice sleeping bag. Now, there's all sorts of kinds of sleeping bags out there. I'm assuming if you're family camping, you're driving right to where you're going.
Dad, I'm gonna roll it.
All right, so I'm assuming if you're family camping, oh boy. What I have found, particularly when we family camp, I just get the big, heavy, comfy ones. So the one I've got here, my wife and I picked up at Cabela's at a Black Friday. We're late in the night, so we weren't even sure they were gonna have anything. Ended up finding some really nice, kind of that canvas on the outside, flannel on the inside. It's rated to a -15. So we have found if you take something that is rated to be even colder than what you're planning to sleep in, that makes a world of difference. Plus having a nice big thick sleeping bag adds to the comfort level as well. You don't just want to be warm, you want to be comfortable. So your body gives off heat naturally. What a sleeping bag does is helps harness that heat and keep it close to your body. And so finding something that'll do that is really critical. If you have some sleeping bags and you're not ready to spend the money yet on something nicer, you can add a liner to it. So find maybe like a fleece. These are actually little fleece bags. You can put this inside of a sleeping bag. Woo! You can put this inside of a sleeping bag and add another 5 to 15 degrees of warmth. That's a troubleshooting tip you can use if you've already got some sleeping bags. In my opinion, the most important piece of equipment you need for sleeping comfortably has got to be your pad. The earth is colder than you are. So through conduction, it's going to pull the heat from your body and displace it into the earth, and you will just be cold. You've got to have a barrier between you and the ground. Now, there are all sorts of pads out there, and a lot of them I think are made for backpacking or hiking, so they're small, they are compact. I'll tell you what I love, and I swear by, are these big foam pads. I just find these, we found them at our local Fred Meyer. Whoa. Find them at our local Fred Meyer or Fry's. And I think we found them for about 25 bucks or so. Sometimes we get them on sale for 20. They are 3 inches thick. So me and my wife, we always double stack for us. We get 2 3-inch pads under us. So not only does that create a nice boundary between us and the earth, so we're not cold, but also super comfortable. We've actually pulled these out in our house and slept in our front room with all the kids, and it's a lot more comfortable than our bed sometimes. So if you get some nice padding under you, that's gonna make a world of difference. Get nice pads, get a nice bag. Don't forget the pillow. You sleep comfortably at home, bring your pillow.
Hi. Hi, guys. Hi, guys.
I need you to be quiet for just a minute, okay?
Okay.
All right, so to recap, having a tent, that's really nice. Gets rid of the bugs that are already in here because I have the doors open. But a tent will help with the convection, okay? You're not gonna have the wind hit you and draw the heat away from you. Keeps the bugs away, keeps the rain off. Sleeping bag, having a good sleeping bag, that'll make a nice difference, keeping that heat on your body. The other thing, another tip you could have is putting multiple people in one sleeping bag. So this is actually 2 sleeping bags that we have zipped together to make one big bed. And we put all 4 of us in here. And I did learn last night you can have too many people in there. Not because it was too hot or anything like that. That temperature was great. But I was kind of pushed towards the edge. So, but if you have another person in the sleeping bag, that's just more heat that's in the sleeping bag there. And then having really good pads. And I highly recommend just getting these foam pads. It is tricky. You've got to learn how to roll those up tight, because they take up a lot of space in the car, but I'll tell you, it is so worth it in the long run. So I always wake up refreshed, happy on campouts, because these are just super comfortable to be on. With the kids, I just put one of those 3-inch foam pads under there for them. That seems to be sufficient for them. They're not heavy enough to go through it and hit the ground.
I have one.
Oh man. Well, thanks for joining me today on this Average Joe adventure, talking about comfort in camping and how to actually enjoy it. I know, just as well as many of you know, that camping is tough with a family. Kids are whining and crying sometimes when they're tired or cold. I hope this advice has been helpful for you. I hope this encourages you to take your family out and go camping. I have so much fun. Some of my favorite memories are camping with my family. If this is content that you actually like to watch and are enjoying, go ahead and subscribe and be looking for my content. Every Saturday I'll be posting new videos. And as always, you're welcome on my fire anytime.